All righty. King Eric back on board, man. Screwball Radio represent, man. Hold on 1 second. We got a special thing lined up. We dropped the album Authentic Kloth. What's good, partner?
What's good, my brother?
What's happening, man?
I'm
Roll
here.
call, baby.
I'm here. What?
What's good?
I'm here with you, man. What's good, my brother?
Man, happy to get off the grind. Got to talk about your album, man. Your album is straight fire. You ain't even left the deck. My co-workers is tired of me listening to it, dude.
Can't be tired of good music, man. You know. Gotta tell them they listening to the wrong thing if they tired of good music. You know.
Facts, man. Facts,
ain't,
man.
Ain't no trap. Ain't no that bullshit. You know.
Mm-hmm.
There's official tissue for the people. You know.
That's right, man. Talk to him, man. So that man, for those who don't know, this guy here, legendary in the New York hip hop scene, man. He just dropped the Cataclysm album a couple years back, and now he's back here with Authentic Kloth.
Yeah.
What's the difference between that project compared to that one, bro?
Authentic Kloth or Cataclysm?
Yeah, going into this project, what was your mind frame like?
I had to give the people me.
Mm-hmm.
It was all about me. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't reaching out for too many features. The people that I did reach out for features, it's just people that I felt, had my back and was on my team. You know what I'm saying? Like good people, you know what I'm saying? Especially like Black Poet, forever Black Poet, He been on all my albums since I've been dropping albums. Shout out to General. Indigo Phoenix, Indigo for a minute, she was with another company. She was doing all the blogs, she was pushing my music, to the forefront, So when I started working on this album, I had to go back and show love, you know what I mean? And get her because, she's an infinite mind. So I had to go grab her and put her on this album, It was my way of saying thank you for everything else that she was doing for me. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And, my man Saint Ivan the Terrible, that's a BX brother right there. We both from Jerome Avenue, just different parts of Jerome. He knew somebody that I knew, and I feel his music. He's real spiritual, real militant, and I just had to put him on there too. Show love to the Bronx, man, because I'm born and raised there. Kingsbridge, Jerome Avenue. I grew up right across the street from St. James Park. If y'all from the BX, y'all know where I'm from. Word.
Definitely, man, definitely. And
I got
I love asking cats about the cover art, man. Like, what was the motivation of that cover art?
Authentic Kloth. I'm cut from that cloth. You got it goes all the way back to Egypt, and that's where the most authentic people come from, is Egypt. And if you look in the eyes of the Arabian Nights, if you look in their eyes, you see space, because that's just being in tune with self. Everything is everything. The universe you see through your eyes. I created that whole cover. That's my artwork. I did that artwork. People might think that I reached out to someone else to do that. Nah, that's all my from the rhymes to the cuts that we put on there. That's all my vision. That's nobody saying, yo, we gonna use this or we'll use that. Nah, that's all my vision. That's everything me that comes out of my soul.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And what I like about the project, man, is that you took it back to the essence of that New York sound. You know what I'm saying? It's soulful, it's gritty, it's straight to the point. It's that ice pick music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What's crazy about that is, you know, my brother DJ Swab, you know, he produced the whole joint, and he's all the way from Denmark, and he was able to capture exactly what I wanted. You know,
Mm-hmm.
every joint he sent me, we pretty much used because, you know, I'm not one that I try to force myself on a beat. So when I play a beat and it brings me somewhere, I know that's a perfect match. You know, I don't try to force
Right.
myself to beat. You know, like sometimes you might hear somebody and like, damn, why they use that beat? It's because they try to force themselves on it. But me, I let the beat take me where it needs to go. If I don't feel it in 3 seconds, the beat ain't
Mm-hmm.
for me. It's not for me. You know, definitely not for me. It's got to capture me like that. Boom, boom, boom. You know, and boom. As soon as I play it, it takes me somewhere, and that's how it works. You know.
Yeah, I can relate to that, man, because back in those days when you heard magical records, you can know within 3 to 4, 5 seconds it's gonna be timeless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, that's one thing about Swab. Um, you know, he produced on Cataclysm. He produced. You know, he did the cleaner on
Mm-hmm.
Cataclysm, and he also mixed Cataclysm. Some people don't know that, but he mixed it for me. So when me and him started building, I just knew that he knew what he was doing, and it don't matter how far you away. All about your heart and the feeling you put into your music, and me and him just like, you know, a good combination. You know, word up.
Yes, sir, man. And tell me about the concept of closed doors meeting. Like, what made you come up with that? And that in the video visual as well.
Closed door meetings is you know, when you're from the streets, you know, when you're from the streets, you go through things, you know what I mean? And sometimes you gotta sit behind the closed doors and deal with the truth, you know? You can't be on the streets acting funny because some real ones gonna check you, you know, and if
Mm-hmm.
they're real ones, they're gonna check you respectfully, you know? If they don't respect you, you might get popped, something might happen to you, you know what I mean? So the closed door meetings is exactly what it means. Closed door meetings. You know, you sit at the table with, you know, with people who call shots. You know.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And another record that I liked up there was Foreign Wasteland because you sampled the Devil's Advocate joint, man, with Al Pacino. I noticed that.
Yeah. You know, we living on foreign wasteland. That's what the
Mm-hmm.
U.S. is. It's a foreign wasteland. You know, we
Yeah.
all come from the east, and we settled in the west. So people that know the knowledge, they understand, you know, the wickedness of the north, and that's where we at. So foreign wasteland, you know, is a perfect name for it. You know,
Yeah.
you
And I
got
like how you included that dialogue, that monologue that Pacino had up in there when he was the devil. So it played well with the song. You feel me?
yeah, you know, because you know we on Ford Wasteland, and we know who you know who built it over here. You know what I'm saying? It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't original man. I mean, original man was here, but you know we know who been ruling for the last years. You know, so if you know the knowledge like I do, it just fit perfect. You know.
Absolutely. And another one of my favorite records was Carry Through My Pain. That's one of my favorites, man. Like when you going through something personal when you creating that record.
Most definitely, most definitely. You know that joint was hard for me. You know, I lost a lot of people. You know,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of my people done passed away. So that's where it took me. You know, my people from the BX, family on Long Island. You know, just the last, I want to say in the last 10 years, I done lost a lot of people, man. A lot of people
Yeah.
that mean something to me. You know, a lot of people that I looked up to, and you know, I just had to put my pain on paper, man. You know, I had to put my pain on music. That's what this whole authentic cloth is me being authentic to myself and giving the people me. No fabrications, no, you know, no fronting, no talking like I'm doing this, but I'm not, you know, just just being me and giving the people me, man. I can't be nothing else. You know what I mean? There's too many frauds out there fronting like they doing it some type of way, but you know, the truth always reveal itself, you know?
Yeah, it's too many cakes out there, man. And you ever plan on shooting a video for that?
For carry through my pain.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, me and Indigo we talk. Me and Saint Ivan we talk. You know, Indigo is from Atlanta, so it's pretty much you know, setting it all up. You know, her coming up. You know, definitely want to film it in the Bronx. Um, and you know, it's gonna happen eventually. You know, it's gonna work. I'm always working. You know,
Yes,
it's just
sir.
lining the timeline up with everybody and getting to it.
For real. And influences, man. Like when I listen to a lot of your work, man, I hear like the energy of Prodigy, the energy of G Rap, Mega. Like who are your major influences, man, doing this?
I mean, you said it right there. You know, you just mentioned Poet. You know, Poet definitely influenced on me. You know, a lot of Queensbridge influence on me. You know, DITC. You know, my man Party Artie definitely an influence. You know, Big L definitely an influence. You know, that core thing. You know, shout out Thurston Howe, definitely an influence on me. You know, all the real, all anything real, man, because that's what I listen to. Everything real. You know, I ain't into that pop. I ain't into the rapidy rap shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm into that real street shit. You know that. You know your CL Smooths and Pete Rocks. You know, just the real man. The real anything that left a mark on me. You know.
Yeah, cats that leave a statement in their music. That's something that hit you in the heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Like you know, L Street Blues. You know the God Rock Cam. You know,
Yes.
uh, Raekwon and Ghostface. You know, Ghostface is one too. You know, when he make a record, he puts the pain on his record. You know, like you know, all that I got is you. Like you know
Yeah.
that hits so close to home. That record, like that hits so close to home. Like I felt every word that he was saying on it. You know, yo, shout out Supreme the Almighty. He's tuned in. Shout out
Salute,
everybody,
bro.
man. Appreciate y'all. And you know, it's 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 those certain artists, man, that just leave a print on me, and I carry the torch, man. Just gotta carry the
Exactly.
torch.
Especially those guys that you feel that they can still do it even in their 50s. You know what I'm saying? They ain't doing it in a consistent manner.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like I said, man, you know, well, Wu Tang dropped in like '93. You know, so for the last 20 years, man, 20 years they've been putting it down. You know, same with your Megas and you know your Noriegas. You know, all that music,
Mm-hmm.
all that shit left a print on me. You know, so all I know how to do is talk real shit on record. You know, because
Absolutely. And
everybody.
speaking of people that been doing it for the longest, man, we got to give Black Poet his flowers here while we on the live, man. Dude been doing this since the 80s. You know what I'm saying? You got to cut with him. And the chemistry that you guys have is monumental, man. Like, how much of a motivation has he played for you?
Oh man, he played a big motivation because you know anytime he's coming on a record, you know you gotta watch out. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he gonna get busy, and you know, you just gotta keep that same energy. So, like I said, you know, I've been listening to Poet since Y2K, even before that. You know, PhD album. You know, so I always knew how he would come all the time. And when I met him in '08, no, I want to say it was 2010. I met him, maybe 2009, right before he went on tour for the Black Print. I met him because the Black Print album had came out, and they had the party at SOB's, legendary SOB's, and I went out to that, and I met him out there. You know, I ain't know him before that. You know, my peoples knew him, and my peoples connected the dots. You know, then we started making music, and you know, we started building with each other, and you know, we just clicked from there. You know, real recognize real. You know, and that's the truth. You know.
Yeah, man. And see, you can tell with Poet, if we listen to the shows that we done with Screwball Radio, we had to plug that. We do that every Saturday night together. He's the type of guy like he's very laid back and chill. But when you get in that booth, he ready to tear niggas' heads off.
Yeah, but you know, the thing with him is that, you know, he's real humble. But, you know, when it's time to unleash the beast, you know,
Yes,
the monster gonna come out. The monster's always there. You know, he just know how to suppress the monster, you know, but the monster's always there, you know. So, you know, I know he's a real street dude, and you know, that's all I came up around is real street. Everybody around
mm-hmm.
been in the street, you know, and that's why we click, man. That's why we click. You know, we both, you know, I'm from outside. I don't care what nobody say about me. You know, I don't care how they look at me. I don't care because, you know, I changed in my time, you know, compared to what I used to be like. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we relate. We relate, you know. That's why we click. Word.
Exactly, man. And you guys got projects out from Mad Screws, Smoke EP,
Yeah.
numerous of collaborations and videos.
Yeah.
Y'all got great chemistry, man. Y'all like the Superman and Batman of this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we just keep it gritty, man. We just keep it gritty. We feed off each other. And you know, that's one of the best things that happened, you know. He took me under the wing, you know, put the stamp on me, that Screwball stamp. You know, shout out KL, shout out Hostile, rest in peace. Shout out Solo. You know, these people been carrying that torch for a long time, and for me to come through and him stamp me with that, you know, that's honorable. You know, it's honorable. It ain't like it just like, oh, let me do this. Let me wave this flag. Nah, that's not how it came about. You know, he liked my grind. He liked how I was moving, and you know, he saw I moved alone. I ain't had no team with me. You know, Madman is a street thing. That shit ain't no hip hop shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of my people's rap. You know, just my man MC Relic. You know, he the only one from the camp rap. Everybody else is in the street, man, doing street shit all the time. You know, I'm the only one that decided, yo, this is what I want to do. Let me get away from this. You know what I'm saying? Because doing this, you know, you get tired of going behind the bars. You get tired of that shit. You know, it's got to
Right.
be better. And that's what it did for me, you know?
That's what it does, man. With rap, man. Rap save lives, man.
Yeah. It saves lives when you want it to, you know, because there's
True.
still people out there that's still doing their 1-2s and they in the street, but they still trying to do hip hop. You know, I like that hat though.
Oh yeah.
Had
Good
the flip
looking out.
word up. And you know, you just gotta choose, you know, you gotta choose, man. If you don't choose, you might choose too late. And, you know, especially for my seeds, man. My seeds is everything to me. You know, I don't talk about my seeds all the time. I don't show my kids on Instagram or none of that shit, you know. That shit is personal to me. You know, my family is not for everyone's eyes. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
you know, I
Right.
had to
That's what you got to keep it, man, because if anything, when you keep everything, your mystique like that, your music speaks more volume. You don't reveal everything.
Yeah, nah. You know that they mean everything to me. So, um, you know, they ain't for the world to see. You know, it ain't for the world to see. It's for me to take care of. You know. Yo, Supreme the Almighty, I see you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Had
Supreme
a
the
dope interview
Almighty.
with you last week, like a couple weeks back, man. That was a dope interview too.
Yeah,
Had to plug that one.
he's a dope producer though. You know,
Yeah, I
this
got to check for him.
this new interview radio thing he's doing, you know, that's new. But he produced Pinhead for me to join with me and
Oh, for real?
yeah, with me and Traj. He produced uh he produced the joint with me and Lifelong and Poet.
Oh, I got to check you out, bro.
And he produced, you know, the solo joint I did. Yo, Supreme, what's the name of that solo joint? The
He gonna
Light.
drop the line.
Yeah, the Light.
The light.
The Light. You know, he's another brother. You know, like I ain't know him. I never met him in the physical form. We just chop it up through social media. You know, he sent me some beats. I was feeling his style. You know, I never asked for nothing. Just said, yo, let's work. Boom, let's make it happen. Boom. And you know, we did our thing. You know, Poet came through, laced the track. Trash came through, laced the track. You know, Lifelong came through, laced the track. Boom. Just keep it going. Keep it going. You know, he's the only person that got 3 productions on Cataclysm.
Salute to you, man.
Yeah. Definitely one of my peoples. And if y'all go to the website, www.madmanentertainmentmusic.com, and go to the artist page, you can see his whole bio on there. Go check him out, Supreme the Almighty. You know, he's usually on like Fridays and Saturdays with his, you know, where he interviews artists, you know what I mean? So shout out to him for you know, keeping the culture going, because that's what he do it for. He ain't one of them funny style producers and none of that, man. He keep it authentic. He's an authentic person, and that's why I fuck with him, you know?
Man, you know what? Speaking of which, man, just like early this week, man, we lost K Slay, man. That was a big loss for the culture, man. So I feel it's our duty, as you know, we loving this shit. We got to keep the thing forward for him. You know what I'm saying? Because he played a vital role in getting a lot of us heard, getting a lot of unheard voices out there. It was a big loss, man, but you guys motivate me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all motivate me to keep pushing this thing forward. We motivate each other.
Yeah, you know, the thing with K Slay, you know, shout out to Harlem. You know, he's from Uptown. You know, he's like me, man. You know, graffiti was my first love. That was my first love. You know, shout out all the graffiti writers that know me. You know, from back in the day. You know that was my first love. You know, just seeing my name on the wall, running around writing on shit. I wasn't from the train era, but I was from the street era. You know, bombing in the street, climbing rooftops. You know, little shorty too. I was young too, about I want to say about between 13 and 15. You know, I would go back to the Bronx after moving to Long Island, run around with my man Ovi. We had him on the show one time, and you know that was my first love was paint. You know, that paint. You know, smelling that ultra flat black Krylon. You know, the
Yeah.
check bags and all that shit. You know, just having fun in the street. Cause like I said, man, all I know is the street. I've been on the street my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Since a shorty, I've been out there throwing rocks off the building and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been outside, man. I've been outside my whole life.
Yeah, and on top of that, man, I said this to you off the air, man. What I like about you is, man, you always have your ear to the pavement. Like you introduced me to a lot of acts when we started doing the show together, man. And I got to give you your credit, man, because you gave me my passion back for rap. Because I was about to give this up before I met up with y'all, for real.
Yeah, you know the you know the thing too is what I like about you is that you like when I met you, I thought you was from the West Coast at
Yeah,
first. you know, because you was always playing West Coast music, and you know, I always been a fan of the West Coast. So, you know, when I was on your other show, what's the show again? Plug It.
Off the cuff radio.
Tough Radio, you know, and I always thought you was from LA, because you know you'd be playing like LA shit, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
East Coast my whole life, you know. When I think of LA, you know, you got some heat out there, man. Got a lot of legends out there, so I always thought you was from out there. But then when I found out you was from the Carolinas, I was like, oh, okay. So, but he's influenced from West Coast music. So, but let me bring him to the East Coast, you know.
Yeah.
Let me lift this sewer plate, and we could go underground and lift shit, you know, not that pop Hot 97. Not to take anything away from Hot 97, you know, that's a whole different level. But there's so much talent in the underground, man. There's so much talent, and we always gotta give them shine, man. We always gotta give them shine, you know. I love
Yeah,
it.
man.
I love the
Yeah, you
under.
told me, man. You like, look, you got to put on the Timbs. You got to put on the ice pick and all that. We take you through the 5 boroughs, nigga.
Yeah, definitely. You know, 5 boroughs, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania, however you want to call it. You know, it's you know, it's a lot of it's a lot of good music here, man. It's a lot of good music that goes unheard. A lot of artists get overlooked, but I just love hip hop so much that I'm always listening for new hip hop. I'm always looking for new artists. You know what I mean? Like, you know, me and Poet be like, yo, you heard of this artist? And I'll be like, yeah. And then he'll be like, yo, you heard of this artist? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, damn, who don't you know about? And that's the whole thing with the cultures. I love hip hop, so I'm always listening.
Yeah, man. And not to mention, man, you're getting a lot of rave reviews on the product, man. I'm seeing a lot of bloggers. They're giving good reviews on it. A lot of DJs are spinning the closed door beating record. I
So,
mean, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's like, let's give you good praise.
what up, Chuchi? I see you, Chuchi. Yeah, man. You know, I'm just I'm just happy for that though. You know, I ain't dropped no music since 2019. You know, 2020 I might have did you know, a single here, a single there, but I ain't dropped no real music since 2019. That was Cataclysm. And then
Mm.
towards the end of 2019, me and Poet gave them smoke, you know, with Astro Vandalist, you know, and I ain't put nothing out since. You know, I helped Poet put out Simon Phoenix, and while we was pushing Simon Phoenix, me and Swab started working on Authentic Kloth for 2020. You know, pandemic came through, shut a lot of shit down, and I just started working. You know, I just started working. And I definitely want to play some joints for the people out there. I know we only got a couple people viewing, but you know, I still want to put some music on for them.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good, man.
But yeah, you know, like I said, you know, 2019 was my last project, Smoke. 2020, we put out Simon Phoenix. And here we are, 2022, and I gave them Authentic Kloth. You know, like I said, I took all 2021 off. I ain't do nothing but raise my seed, you know, day in and day out with my son all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes, you know, with this business, man, it gets overwhelming. You got to take yourself out because it has its ups and downs. It has its turmoil. So that way, when you could come back, you come back stronger than ever and revigorated.
Yeah. You know, it's cool that, you know, people was reaching out to me like, yo, when are you dropping a new album? And I'm, you know, in due time, you know, it ain't no rush for me. It ain't no rush because, you know, like I said, when the stars align, that's when it's time. You know, I don't rush. I don't like to rush nothing. I like to take my time with shit. I'm not these rappers that gotta drop a project every month, you know. And when you listen every month to their new project, it still sound like the old project. You know,
That's true.
a lot of the content ain't switched up. It's the same shit over and over, just a different beat on it. You know. So for me, you got to take a step back, oralize, get your mind right, and give the people another you. Because that's what albums are to me. It's a different energy. Your album should be a different energy than the last one. You know, you can't be the same person. You're the same person, but you can't be talking about the same topics. You know, you got to grow. You got to grow. You want the people to hear you, but you don't want them to say, "Yo, that shit sound like that other joint." You know, you don't want that. You're gonna be like, "Oh, yo, you heard this? Yo, son got more iller." You want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? You want to make the people like, "Yo, hold up, let me bring that back." What he say? Instead of same same shit,
You want to
different
hear
beat.
that growth and development.
Yeah, definitely. But on that note, I want to play the people one of the joints off this album. Again, the album's produced by DJ Swab. They could go get it, comet5000.bandcamp.com, or they could stream it on all platforms. But this joint here is called Snakes Hissing.
Okay.
If you're from the street, there's snakes out there, man. That's why you got to keep your grass cut low. They come in the form as friends. It'll never be your enemy that bites you. You know what I'm saying?
That's real talk.
So on that note, we're gonna go into that. I don't know. Could you hear that?
Hear a little bit of it. I'll put the volume up.
You hear that?
I get a little bit of it right now. It goes in and out a little bit. Okay, I hear a little bit of it. You see the orrery scriptures out the Torah. In my house, a horror full like water. Safety blitz corners, 40 sound like a mortar. Okay. Water burning sticky sour. Move like the city's hours. My ninjas cook that pure powder. What you respect, the money or the power? Depth the snitches and cowards. Let it rain, let it showers. Morning flowers be twisted. Kick the ballistic. Fiend twitching off the shit they sniffing. Bitch niggas do anything for recognition and vision. Sit at the table like the commission in the cycle politicking. Suck a nigga good, but his snakes be hissing. Squeeze till that shit clicking. I'm in the crates digging. They trying to blend in like chameleon shape shifting. It's the villain, filled with the realest. Used to my niggas. There's no honor amongst thieves. Fake friends turn enemies. They will watch you bleed. They feel with jealousy and greed. Anything they eat, wolves will feed. No guarantees. Do my dirt by my lonely. Stay low key. There's no honor amongst thieves. Fake friends turn enemies. They will watch you bleed. They feel with jealousy and greed. Yeah.
Yeah. That joint Snakes Hissing right there. That's the next video about to drop.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. I definitely had to speak my mind, A lot of suckers out there. And I'm always gonna speak my mind. And can't nobody do shit to me. I walk around infinite all the time. Always walk around with a smile on my face because I know. I ain't gotta say no more, but I know. I walk around like this all the time. Dolo, with somebody, with my lady. And I'm me all the time, infinite all the time.
Talk to him.
I ain't gotta pretend. People know.
People know. Authentic Kloth.
Yeah. People know how I give it up. And if they don't know, you might as well just stay friendly with me, though. You know what I mean?
Keep it pushing.
Yeah. Like I said, I ain't on no sucker shit. I speak the truth all the time. And most people feel my vibe anyway, because, like I said, man, I ain't no leech. I ain't no sucker. I've been outside, man. I've been outside. Done been around animals and all kinds of shit, So I'm always genuine, you know, the best way to be. But too many people, you know, they take advantage of the genuine. When you're genuine, you know, you keep it official with people, and they come and they bite you on the hand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially in this business, man. I mean, it's more so grimy in the business than it is in this regular streets because
Hell yeah.
all, all these guys they have the smiles, they put the bag in front of you, but soon afterwards, if you're not really hitting that home run like that, they tell you, get up out of here. We don't need you no more.
Yeah, shout out MB44, Fort Bricks. Good
What's
look.
up, bro?
Yeah, you know, man, like the funny thing is with the industry is that, like you said, you know, they smile at you, they act this way towards you, but really they got a hidden agenda. You know what I'm saying? But you always got to keep you. You know, you can't fall to them. You can't be like them ever. You know what I'm saying? You always got to stay yourself, no matter what they gonna be like. You know, because they only coming to know who you know and see how they could use you. You know what I mean? But the streets are different. The streets don't give a fuck what you doing. The streets doing what they doing. You know, they don't care.
Mhm.
They only care if you showing off. You know what I'm saying? Once you become a show off, that's when the people looking at you. But when you keep it humble and you move how you move and you move silently, don't nobody know shit. But in the business, you know, you out there, you broadcasting all your moves. Yo, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Yo, I'm with this
Yeah,
with that person, and people are like, chill, hold up, I need to know him too, or I need to know him too, or where he gonna be on that radio show? Oh, I gotta get on that radio show too. You know what I'm saying? But it's just what it is, man. It's just what it is.
yeah,
It's
yeah, man.
sad, but
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, let us know, man. Like, what is the potency of keeping a solid team when you're dealing with this jungle you call the music business, man? Like, you gotta have the real solid team behind you.
yeah. You know, you gotta have people you could trust. You know, you can't trust everybody though. Can't trust everybody. Yo, shout out Fuji Chemist. I see you. What?
What up, bro?
You know, you can't trust everybody in this business, but the person you gotta trust is yourself, and know to make the right moves, make the right decisions on however you moving. You know, however you moving, just stay true to yourself at all times. You
Yeah,
know.
because they'll try to test you. They'll dangle that bag in front of you. You like, yeah, man. Here's about good 10 mil. Put on the monkey suit. You know what I'm saying? Put on the monkey suit and go out there and do you. But integrity got to speak first. Integrity sells and wins at the end.
Yeah. Definitely. You know, you like I said, you gotta be you. You know, you gotta be you. You don't want to be a sellout. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be a sellout. You want to, like I say, you always be you, man. Always be you. Cause can't nobody take you away from you. Mad people could come around you, and those people could leave, but there's always gonna be you. You know, you can't lose yourself for the people. Cause like I said, they could be with you 1 minute, the next minute they gone, and you still gonna be you. You're gonna take it as a lesson, or you're gonna keep getting burnt. You know, the choice is yours.
Facts, bro. And on top of that, man, while we building on that, there's always the importance of having the core 300 to ride with you. Because you remember KRS, he said this, he said something that hit me. He said, I'd rather have 500,000 real heads by me than a million your fake fanatics behind me. And that go to show you that's why he thriving now because he still got his supporters. He got his army. The
Yeah,
million heads, yeah, the million heads, they come and go with whoever.
yeah. I always say that. You know, I'd rather have 10,000 loyal people that fuck with me than to have a bunch of, hop in and hop out. You know, fakes.
Yeah,
You know, I rather, like I say, man, I'd rather have like 10,000 people that's real authentic with me than to have a bunch of yes men around me. You know, I'd rather have people that could tell me, yo, that shit is whack, or yo, chill out, or yo, I think you should do it this way, or you always want people with positive influence around you. You know what I'm saying? All that other shit is just people that's trying to tag along, trying to jump on the bandwagon. I had a few people jump on the bandwagon, you know what I'm saying? But, in time, they weed themselves out, you know?
Exactly. And tell us about this, man, because this is one of the reasons why I like doing this live with you, man. Let people know the game behind the streaming and the game behind physicals, the importance of having physicals still.
Man, like I always tell you, man, physicals is for the artists. The physicals, artists thrive on it, especially if you're independent and you ain't doing the millions, the billions in the streams. You might be doing a couple thousand, couple 100,000, but like I know, you ain't touching millions, you really not eating. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about your 500,000 views. I don't care about that. That shit's like $500, if that.
Damn.
If a million views, if a million streams is the equivalent to about $1,200, imagine what 500,000 views are.
Damn.
That ain't no. And you gotta remember, the artists, they put money into their music. Studio time. Yo, shout out Tone the Voice, man. That's my little brother right there, Tone the Voice. He did the joint with me, Crescent Scrolls. Definitely, y'all gotta watch for him, man. He's a young bull, man, and he's got fire. But like I was saying, man, the streaming works for people that do numbers. You know what I'm saying? If you're not doing real numbers, streaming don't work for you. It works for you eventually, But like big artists, like, for instance, let's just say Cool G Rap. Cool G Rap drops an album, them streams is going to come in. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z do an album, he's going to do 2-3 million streams. 4 million.
Rip.
Yeah, off the rip, But when you underground, you might be doing 500,000 views, but that ain't gonna save you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna save you. But when you're doing physical copies, it's a little different because, if I move 100,000 units, you eating.
Mm-hmm.
If I move 500,000 units, I'm eating. You know what I'm saying? Because you're getting anywhere from 15 to 20 a pop. That's like New Jack City numbers right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with that, the artist could give you another album. The artist could feed his family off of that. But off the stream, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to get some money from it. But it ain't nothing that's generational wealth. You know what I'm saying?
Hell no.
Unless you wanted the big.
Like you like a Drake or Justin Bieber or somebody on that thing.
Bruno Mars or somebody like that. Like, I was looking at Bruno Mars, and one of his songs had 4-point-something billion on a YouTube video. Billion. So do the math, right?
Mm-hmm.
If a million views is about $1,000 to $1,200, he's doing billions. And that's just YouTube numbers.
They ain't count the other numbers from Tidal and Spotify and all that.
Yeah.
So basically what you're saying is that's the thing for you. If you in that high tier, streaming is good for you. But if you in the underground, you know, you just a gold tier artist, it's gonna be a fight.
Yeah. I mean, you know, there's so many people throwing shit on the wall that's trying to be seen. You know, there's some people that drop effortlessly. Boom, they drop, they doing billion views. You know what I'm saying? But you know, on the underground level, you know, the streaming don't. Like I said, it puts you to where people could check you and they could find you streaming, and then they could come check you. You know what I'm saying? And come and buy your physical copy, buy your vinyl, buy your merchandise. You know, that's why touring and doing shows is real crucial for the independent artists. You know, because
Yeah,
you could put your product out there. People coming to the shows, people buying your album, people buying your merchandise. Boom, tell a friend. You know, and it's
yeah, man, because that's what the pandemic, man, that hurt a lot of artists, man, especially those that get it from hand over fist and they couldn't tour. They had
yeah,
to just sell records.
yeah. You know, like even for me, you know, Cataclysm dropped. Yeah, I was doing shows here, doing shows there, going everywhere with my vinyl, going everywhere with my CD, moving it, boom, 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 boom. And then 2020, all the shows stopped, you know. So then I'm forced to sell online. Boom, 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 boom. I still moved units online, but like I said, you know, I I do better moving physical copies than I do with the streaming. Matter of fact, see if we get into this other joint featuring my man, tone of voice, you know. See if y'all can hear that.
Yeah, yeah.
You can hear that?
Yep. Yeah, turn up a little more.
You hear it?
Yeah, that was the joint. That was the joint I heard on the mixtape that you guys did.
For real. Here you go.
Gets clapping at you, Gallivant tabernacles. Matter of fact, my clan is black and have your madam tackled. Crack the statue, looking like your highness is the flyer. Split the sky, split the fire. Women in their gym attire. It's in my riot, I'm dying to shoot the Vulgar off. Turn the tone off on the moon I walk. I refuse to talk. Cruising through New York with the sharpest sword that you ever seen. Coke from Medellin in the shell I swing, make your melon stay. It's the hell I bring with the devil wings. I'm the rebel king. What you telling me, make your denim leak with the weaponry. Some of the weather things from my robberies.
Yeah, yeah,
My son is the truth right there. Right there, he's the truth. Hey, yo, tone of voice, man. We need more music, man. We need more music. Stop playing with these people, man.
yes, sir. Now you gonna come with a Madman for the Hood, Volume 5 or 6?
Oh yeah, six is. I'm working on six right now. You know, I'm working
Cool.
on volume six right now. Um, you know, I've been putting those out for a minute now. You know, definitely keeping it gutter. Definitely keep it funky. You know, five was hosted by my man DJ Flipside. You know, he hosted five for me. Four we put out. I just put that out. Three was three was hosted by my man DJ Arab. You know, Mafia Mixtapes. 2 was hosted by DJ King Flow. And, you know, the first one was my first one. That was even before the album. You know, I put out Man for the Hood Part 1. That was even before I even dropped the album, you know? So, you know.
Yeah, those tapes be hitting hard, man. They like the new era street sweepers.
Taylor Evelyn, thank you for tuning in with us.
Shout out to you, Taylor.
Abraham, peace. Yeah, man, you know. Mixtapes is crucial, man. Mixtapes.
Yo, real talk. I'm gonna tell you, that's where I think hip hop caught a dagger in the heart with that day when they came down on the mixtapes, man.
Well, they came down on the mixtapes, but then the DJ started getting deals, and they was able to put albums out, like
the payola.
No. Like DJ Clue, you know, he started putting out real albums.
Oh yeah, the professional joints.
Yeah, you know, Tony Touch put out a real album. You know, when they started closing in on the mixtape circuit, they just went ahead and put out real albums. You know, The Peacemaker, you know, Funk Flex Volume 1, you know, DJ Clue, The Professional, you know, DJ Envy album, you know, they just started making real albums. But you still take away from the underground artists. You know, you're still taking away. That's why K Slay was the truth, you know, because he used his drama hour to give real music, like real artists. Like you might have not even heard that artist. You might not even heard that music on the album. It was straight street music, and that was the best thing. You know, you always want a mixtape. You always want your favorite artist on a mixtape.
Man, Slay introduced me to Game. He introduced me to Saigon, True Life, Papoose. A lot of people I wouldn't have heard of if it wasn't for Slay.
Yeah. Like I said, his ear was to the street, and he knew what to give people. You know, you had exclusive freestyles from Jadakiss. You know what I mean? Like anybody that somebody was on a K Slay. You know, Illa G. You know, Sean Price. I'm sure. You know, Vado. You know, I remember when I first heard Vado was like 2000. 2003, 2004, maybe earlier than that, when he started running around with Cameron. That was when he was the illest. You know?
Yeah.
Yo, shout out Marvel 108. I see you. Thanks for tuning in with us.
Most def.
And you know, this is just hip hop, man. You know, this hip hop shit is a beautiful thing, and the mixtapes are so important. The mixtapes are so important. Like you can't have hip hop without a mixtape, man.
And what they doing now is that they call the mixtape. They're basically like underground albums now. They're not really mixtapes. Like they throwing up and coming artists up there to drop bars.
Yeah, you know, like back in the day, like artists would come and drop a freestyle. And give you a 16. Nowadays, they just put in full songs on there, calling it a mixtape, but it's really a compilation.
That's all it is.
Yeah. It's not like, you know, you coming in here and your favorite artist give you an exclusive. It's not happening. You know, nowadays it ain't happening. That's why a lot of artists just put out their own shit nowadays. You know, because it's so, how can I say, too many politics.
Political.
Yeah, it's too many politics in the music instead of just giving the people the music. You know?
Basically a lot of red tape.
Yeah, all around. You know? There's nothing like a J Love mixtape.
Oh, he took it back.
Yeah, Mayhem Loren on a or Thurston Howell on a J Love mixtape, on a PF Cutting mixtape. You know, shout out PF Cutting. You know,
Man, you took it back with J Love. I don't know how J Love got those Mobb Deep exclusives, the Wu-Tang exclusives.
I mean, you know,
Man,
he was Ghostface's DJ for a long time.
okay, that explains it.
You know what I mean? And J Love been in the streets. You know what I'm saying? He been in the streets. You can't talk hip hop mixtape without saying J Love. You can't talk hip hop mixtape without talking about PF Cutting or Tony Touch or Buddha Barber or SNS, you know, or DJ Ron G or who else? Doo-Wop, you know, the Bounce Master, like Clue, you know, the Envies, the Absolutes. You can't talk hip hop mixtape without mentioning these guys. You know?
Yeah, man. You gotta have respect for the DJ, man. They the sole controllers of this, bro.
Yeah, for sure, without a doubt. I respect all DJs, man. All DJs, they've been carrying the torch forever. You know? They the ones that break the new records. You know, shout out DJ Eclipse. Shout out Stretch and Bobito. You know?
Yeah, Stretch and Barbito, man, they were major influences on what we do too, man, because I like how they did their formula. They were breaking the new artists from the tri-state. That's a matter of fact, Stretch and Bobito, they were introducing me to a lot of the East Coast acts I ain't even heard of.
Yeah. I mean, Stretch and Bobito, Stretch Armstrong is how I heard Eminem. When Eminem used to run around with the Outsiders before Dre. You know what I'm saying? You know, Shabam Sadiq is one of the first artists to do a record with Eminem before Eminem was big. You know?
Yeah.
On Sound Bombing. Look, Sound Bombing album.
Sound Bombing.
Raucous. You know, that label itself was hip hop. You know? All day long. Gave you everybody from Mos Def, Talib Kweli, you know, R.A. the Rugged Man.
Pharoah Monch,
Mr. Eon, High and the Mighty. You know, hip hop is mixtapes and DJs are so crucial. And, you know, like a lot of times the DJ gets overlooked. You know what I'm saying? But,
yeah,
you know, it ain't even, you can never overlook the DJ. The
DJ is the sole controller of this, man, because I'll just say it right now, a lot of your favorite artists will be getting plugged like that if it wasn't for the DJ.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yes, sir.
Some of your best producers are DJs. Some of the best producers. They're not just beat makers. You know, the difference between a beat maker and a producer. And most DJs are the producers. Your Lord Finesse, DJ Premier, your PF Cuttings, DJ Evil D, Static Selector. I could keep
Dr.
going, man.
Dre.
Oh, most definitely Dr. Dre. Definitely. You
Dr.
know?
Dre, man.
DJ Battle Cat, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Anybody that's a DJ that decided to make beats, man, those are the best producers out there. Yo, what up, Edgar?
What's up, Dud?
192nd, 193rd, Jerome Avenue, BX, in the building with us. That's my childhood friend right there. You know, we go back in the mud, throwing bricks off buildings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to City Slicker. I see you.
Slicker 23.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. A lot of people showing us love tonight, man.
Yeah,
celebrate.
Like we just said, we don't need 1 million people. All we need is the people that matter, man. And thank y'all.
That's all it takes.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Word. So, you know, the end of the day, this hip hop shit changed my life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just keep giving them that real shit, you know? Keep giving them that real shit.
That's what it is. So I think they about to cut down the live though, man. So we about to be up out of here because they telling me 10 seconds. So We about to be up out here shortly.